one of a kind. The world ego says no two fingerprints are alike, or the eyes, retina, and irises are unique to the individual, as well as one's DNA code. Therefore, it is not far-fetched to accept this applies to one's understanding and the direct experience. Term gnosis. One educated by the system is not gnosis. It is called programming. That is why it can be used as entertainment. Truth is what unfolds from within and gives insight. Knowledge programs the mind with ever-changing rhetoric and dualistic chatter that allows no change within, contrary to the purity of Christ's material consciousness. Delusions, like speaking to ancestors, is nothing more than talking to the dead, like psychics and mediums, being unconscious. Because this is still external, second-hand self-deceit of ego, reinforcing a sense of pride. And delusions. With delusions, this world was ever real. These again are beliefs and illusions of the demiurge, the mental of the fallen subconscious. However, its seemingly solid state suggests. The esoteric meaning of one of a kind points inward towards the profound truth, so the only presence. This state of consciousness does not involve the non-existent reality or characters. The world ego is evaporating, returning to the mist of nothingness. The one whose only singular focus is truth is given purpose, not to be deceived by the very illusions which once blinded and kept one unconscious of ultimate reality. Purpose is never to fall asleep again. Only the imposter, the ego, believes it can serve two masters. The real ego and claim to be a knower. Resurrection from the dead is the being alive experience in the world, but not of it, to be an irreplicable expression of the sublime. The avatar mirrors the palatial estate of wholeness, holiness, as oneness. Anatta, no self, is an archetype that represents unified consciousness, turned enlightened. The avatara is the inherent oneness within the persona called individuation, the process of integrated aspects that developed uniqueness. The materializing one-of-a-kind perspective came from the restoration, ascent from the fallen state. Individual materialism, consciousness, Dharma Sambhava, the reflection, contemplation on Christ's material consciousness, and the meaning of she restoreth soul. the only presence, wholeness, holiness. The world ego does not partake of this purity. One of a kind or unique perspective does not just mean different, but is the established, successful amalgamation of conscious, unconscious, and subconscious elements. This is the elimination of the 3D paradigm. This image is only presented on a computer screen. That is not reality. The avatar signifies one fully embodies a unique perspective, transcending any limiting or conformity to the world ego perceptions. One has achieved a deep level of distinctness with composed coherence. Since the world ego illusion has been transfigured within awakened consciousness, one rest assured that like a banana peel will reveal the fruit, so too truth is ending the dream of duality from which one has arisen. Separation and ignorance shall give way to ultimate reality. The stage of the world ego has already ended for the one whose wisdom eye is opened. There was never anything in this world beautiful. It was all only a trick made to provide a comfortable prison cell. Humanity was the illusory jailers that tried keeping one in check with programmed beliefs. Awakened, now realization has dawned as being one of a kind. Uniqueness is the step taken forward towards boundlessness. Individual materialism consciousness is not separate, but is the very reflection of the absolute Christ material consciousness. Clarity, the long-awaited return, the abode of soul, the only presence. Now, personality, the masking agent, stands on purpose, love of truth, light, not to look back upon the past, to stay grateful for the presence. Uniqueness was one's destiny. To be one of a kind is one's particular combination of qualities. A native, no self, enlightened, an avatar, the materializing of oneness that mirrors wholeness, holiness. This is synchronicity in the form of revelation, the serendipity of the raw materials specified for the Kairos, the sacred moment upon the celestial journey. The stellar tools used to intimate or to make known the innermost. The higher potential of the individual materialism consciousness is truth in action. The more one is aligned within uniqueness, the deeper, more authentic the cherished direct experience emanates the end of any comparison. One of a kind means there is no basis for comparison. Unlike being special, which is relative, being unique is impressive and a state of completion. The liberation from the world ego. Being one of a kind signifies the innermost is familiar, and one has been made known to truth. Being one of a kind symbolizes one's inner connectedness, where external reality is realized as a shadow, an illusion, whereas the avatar, the exterior design, is wearing the mask of being one of a kind. The concept of oneness in consciousness is the intimacy of soul, the omnipresence. Being one of a kind gives the quality of extraordinariness and rarity, excellence, where the transposing beyond the ordinary is incomparable. Soul, the omnipresence, means infinity has materialized as the only point. Within and star pupil, the interior designer, is beyond external comprehension. All spatial and temporal entities and concepts are only mental constructs of the fallen state. This objectifying as a one-of-a-kind object signals the great admiration and appreciation for one gaining a distinct fitness for use with conformance, reliability, durability, and freedom from deficiencies when it comes to understanding oneness. The world ego did not give one this degree of excellence, and the world ego cannot take it away. The most common and appropriate Greek word for one of a kind is monogenes, which means unique in kind or one and only. Another related term is monaticos, which means unique as well when used as an adjective, signifying the one awakened from the dream of world ego. When one finds the truth within has saved one. So omnipresence, so omnipresence, so omnipresence, so omnipresence, so omnipresence, oh no, so omnipresence. Oh no, yeah. So omnipresence. Oh no. So omnipresence.